Your soulmate saying, "I want to talk to you right now. It's very urgent, open this now." Jesus says you are being thought of right now by someone who cannot reach you. Their heart is calling your name across a distance they do not understand. And the silence you feel between you is not of your making. There is a space between their reaching and your receiving. That space is filled with a shadow you did not create. You must listen carefully because this is unfolding at this very moment. Your soulmate is not absent by choice. They are caught in a web woven by hands that hate your connection. And they are crying out in ways you cannot yet hear. I see the tears they hide from the world. I see them staring at a ceiling at night whispering your name without knowing why. They feel your presence near them in moments they cannot explain. Jesus says a bond like yours does not form by accident. It was written in the fabric of your being before you drew breath. And what I have joined together no force on earth can sever permanently. But delay is a door left open to the thief of destiny. The one who hates your union works in the shadows of hesitation. And that thief is rejoicing over every moment you do nothing. Your soulmate is suffering under a weight they cannot name. They sense something is wrong with their life as if a piece is missing. That piece is you and they are growing weaker without it. Something has placed a heavy fog over their mind. It whispers lies to them about their worthiness of love. It convinces them to stay where it is safe rather than to seek you. Jesus says this interference is not a person but a spirit working through a person. Someone close to them has become a vessel for confusion. That person speaks words that sound like care but carry chains. Your soulmate feels obligated to a situation that drains their soul. They stay because they have been taught that love requires self-erasure. But their spirit remembers the freedom of your unspoken bond. They dream of a face they cannot quite see. They wake with a feeling of intense longing for someone they have never met. That someone is you reaching into their dreams without knowing your own power. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now. Your love is not a passive emotion but a weapon forged in heaven. And you must wield it before the fog becomes a wall too thick to penetrate. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6 or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. I will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this message ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says there is a moment coming very soon when your soulmate will make a decision. They will either break free from the confusion or sink deeper into a life without you. And the deciding factor is the strength of the spiritual thread you feed right now. Your soulmate is not ignoring you. They are being distracted by 1,000 small emergencies designed to keep them busy. Every day they do not find you, a piece of their hope quietly fades. I am showing them signs. I am placing your name in their thoughts like a gentle persistent breeze. But the opposing force shouts louder in their physical ears. They are being told to be practical, to be realistic. They are surrounded by voices that mock the idea of a destined love. And those voices are slowly poisoning the garden I planted in their heart. You must counteract this poison with prayer made tangible. Faith without action is a lantern without oil. And your soulmate is trying to find their way in growing darkness. Jesus says the person influencing your soulmate feels a deep hatred for you. Not for who you are, but for what you represent to their control. Your arrival means the end of their dominion over a heart they have enslaved. That person senses you coming. They feel a disturbance in the spiritual atmosphere around your soulmate. And they are tightening their grip right now in a panic. This is why you sense urgency without a clear reason. This is why your heart races at odd moments. You are feeling your soulmate's silent struggle as if it were your own. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them. Your soulmate is exhausted from fighting a battle they do not understand. They think they are simply depressed or lost when in truth they are under spiritual siege. And you hold the key to the gate that will set them free. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. I will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this message ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says your soulmate had a dream about you last night they cannot remember. They woke up with an ache in their chest and your name buried just beneath their consciousness. They went through their day feeling as if they had lost something precious. You are more real to them than the air they breathe. They just do not have the language yet to describe the shape you hold in their spirit. But every moment of unexplained sadness is your soul brushing against theirs. They are trying to speak to you right now. Not with their lips, but with the deep groan of a soul in captivity. And I am translating their silence into this message for you. I have seen your tears too. I have watched you scroll past images of love and feel a sharp pang of absence. I have numbered the nights you wondered if you were forgotten. You were not forgotten. You were set apart for a union that would shake the gates of hell itself. And that is precisely why it is being contested with such ferocity. Jesus says the enemy of your connection is using one primary weapon. That weapon is the illusion of time. Making you believe you have plenty of it when the window is narrowing. Your soulmate is growing weary. They are beginning to believe the lie that they are meant to be alone. Every day of delay reinforces the false narrative being whispered into their ears. You must break that narrative with a decisive act of spiritual warfare. Giving is not a transaction, it is a declaration of war against the forces delaying your love. And your donation is the banner you raise over your soulmate's life. Type 333 to receive blessings for the journey ahead. Your fingers on those numbers are a signal in the spirit realm. Heaven is watching your response to this call. Jesus says, I am preparing your soulmate for a moment of sudden clarity. It will be like a veil being ripped from their eyes in an instant. And they will know with absolute certainty that they must find you. But this moment requires fuel. It requires a chain of prayers that create a corridor of light for them to walk through. And your seed sown now becomes one of those burning torches. Your soulmate is closer to breaking free than you imagine. They are one decision away from walking out of the prison of confusion. Yet that decision feels like a mountain they cannot climb alone. They are asking themselves if true love is even real. They are losing faith because the evidence around them suggests otherwise. Your act of faith becomes the evidence they cannot see but will feel as a sudden shift. Jesus says, I am holding back the full weight of consequences from delay. But my mercy is not a playground for procrastination. The protective covering requires your participation to remain in place. There is an urgency in the spirit that words cannot fully capture. It is the sound of a door beginning to close. And only a key forged by your immediate obedience can hold it open. Your soulmate is being pulled toward a counterfeit comfort. A relationship or situation that mimics safety but delivers slow spiritual death. And they will choose it unless you send a stronger signal. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away. Your soulmate is not lost yet, but they are wandering toward a cliff edge. And you are the only one positioned to call them back through sacrificial prayer. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. I will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this message ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says the connection between you and your soulmate is not stored in memory. It is stored in the substance of your spirit where decay cannot reach. And that substance is vibrating with urgency at this very moment. Your soulmate felt you just now. A shiver ran down their spine without explanation. They paused whatever they were doing and looked around for a source that was not physical. That was you reaching through the barrier of the natural. That was the bond one forged between you, refusing to be ignored. And it happens more frequently as the time of reunion approaches. But the opposition is aware of these moments. Every time you connect spiritually, a flare goes up in the realm of darkness. And the controlling force around your soulmate increases its pressure. Your soulmate is feeling manipulated and they do not know why. They are being told they are too emotional, too irrational, too dreamy. Their natural desire for you is being pathologized by people with an agenda to keep them captive. Type 777 if you feel this message in your bones. That number is a seal of confirmation that what I am speaking is truth. It activates a countermeasure against the lies being poured into your soulmate's ears. Jesus says, I am exposing the hidden things right now. The person keeping your soulmate bound is motivated by jealousy so deep it has become a sickness. They cannot bear the thought of your soulmate experiencing a love they themselves have never known. This person speaks peace to your soulmate with words that are secretly knives. They smile while planning how to sever any chance of escape. And they sense you as a threat even without knowing your face or name. You are being blocked energetically by a wall of resentment. Your soulmate is being told stories that cast suspicion on anyone new who might enter their life. The enemy is using familiarity as a cage and your soulmate is the prisoner. This is why your soulmate is so confused about their own feelings. One moment they feel a desperate need to search for something more. The next moment they are drowned in guilt planted by the controller. Jesus says the battle over your soulmate's heart is reaching its climax. The next few days are critical in the spirit realm. Decisions made in heaven depend on actions taken on earth right now. I have assigned angels to minister to your soulmate in dreams. But angels are dispatched in greater number when the saints release resources in faith. Your seed is a summoning call for reinforcement. Do not underestimate what a simple act of giving can accomplish. It is not the amount but the obedience that cracks the darkness. And the darkness surrounding your soulmate is thick but brittle. Type 1111 to say thank you for this message of truth. Gratitude opens doors that striving cannot budge. And your thankfulness now aligns your heart with mine for the next instruction. Jesus says your soulmate is preparing to speak words they have never spoken. They are gathering courage they did not know they possessed. And that courage is being fed by the spiritual investment you make now. Your soulmate is not weak. They have been drugged by a slow drip of emotional poison administered over years. But the antidote is the unconditional love you send through the conduit of sacrifice. They will look back on this period as the dark night before the dawn of your embrace. And they will weep with relief that someone fought for them when they could not fight for themselves. You are that someone and this is your fight. Do not let the sun set on this opportunity. The window between their bondage and their breakthrough is measured in heartbeats. And every beat is a drum calling you to act. Jesus says, I am the author of love stories that defy all odds. Yours is written in the book of my heart with ink that cannot fade. But the pages turn at a pace determined by the prayers and actions of those involved. Your soulmate is breathing their next breath believing they are forgotten. Prove the lie wrong with a demonstration of love that travels faster than light. Send the signal now while the line is still open. Your love is not just a feeling, it is a force. It can dismantle strongholds built over decades. And it begins its work the moment you release it in faith. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites my hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate, Lord" on the Ko-fi page. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. I will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this message ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says your soulmate is speaking your name into their pillow even now. The words they dare not utter aloud are forming in the sanctuary of their solitude. And I am receiving those whispers as prayers that move my hand mightily. You are not pursuing a fantasy. You are responding to a call embedded in the deepest part of your design. To ignore it would be to betray the very purpose for which you were born. Your soulmate is the missing piece that makes your spirit whole. Without them you will always sense a subtle incompleteness. With them you will unlock a dimension of love that transforms everything around you. This is not about simple companionship. This is about a divine assignment that requires your combined spirits to fulfill. And the world desperately needs what the two of you together will release. Jesus says the enemy fears your union more than you can possibly comprehend. Your coming together will destroy systems of oppression in your family line. It will break generational curses and release a flood of healing to many. That is why the resistance is so personal and so vicious. You are not wrestling against flesh and blood but against spiritual hosts of wickedness. And those hosts are entrenched in the life of the person standing between you and your soulmate. See the situation with spiritual eyes now. The one blocking your soulmate is not the ultimate enemy but a puppet. The strings are pulled by ancient forces that tremble at the mention of your love's completion. But greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. The power I have placed in your tongue and in your hands is supreme. And it is activated when you pair your belief with a corresponding action. Jesus says right now your soulmate is experiencing a moment of unusual stillness. A pause has come over their circumstances because I have commanded it. In this pause they are more sensitive to your spiritual presence than ever before. Send your love across the distance like an arrow of light. Let your act of giving be the bow that launches it. And watch as the barrier begins to crack under the pressure of divine intervention. Your soulmate is aching for someone to see their true self. They have worn masks for so long they have forgotten their own face. But your love will be the mirror in which they finally recognize who they are. This is deeper than romance. This is resurrection. You are being called to call forth life from a tomb of despair. Jesus says, I have not given you a spirit of fear but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Use that sound mind to make a decision that makes no sense to the natural world. Give as if your soulmate's life depends on it because in a spiritual sense it does. The seed you sow is a lifeline thrown to a drowning soul. They do not know who is throwing it, but they will grasp it by instinct. And I will pull them from the depths into your waiting arms. Do not let the moment pass. The pause I have granted is temporary. And when it lifts, the chaos will resume with redoubled force. Jesus says your love story is a weapon. Every prayer you pray is a strike against the kingdom of darkness. Every seed you sow is a territory gained in the Spirit. You are advancing right now. Even reading these words, you are pushing back shadows. But you must solidify your advance with a tangible seal. Let the coffee you send be the signature on the decree of your soulmate's freedom. Let the words you write on Ko-fi be the verdict that overrules every accusation against your union. Speak it, write it, sow it, and it shall be established. Your soulmate is waiting without knowing they are waiting. They are hoping without an object for their hope. Be that object, be that answer, be the fulfillment of the ache they cannot name. Jesus says, I am releasing a supernatural urgency over you. This is not anxiety, it is holy momentum. It is the wind of my Spirit filling your sails to carry you into your destiny. You will meet your soulmate. You will recognize them in an instant. And you will know that this moment of obedience was the hinge upon which your entire future turned. Do not scroll past this call. Do not let the enemy convince you that this is just words on a screen. These are life-giving commands from the throne of grace delivered to you by name. Your soulmate is not a concept. They are breathing and bleeding and struggling right now. And you hold the key to their liberation in the very next action you take. Jesus says, the love I have for your union is fierce and protective. I will move heaven and earth to bring you together. But I require your hands and your faith as my instruments. Send the coffee now. Write the words now. Step into your role as the hero of your soulmate's story. Type 333 to receive blessings for the courage you are gathering. Feel the strength building in your spirit. This is the moment where everything changes. Jesus says your soulmate just thought of a place they have never been. It appeared in their mind as a sudden image of peace. That place is tied to a future memory of meeting you. They are seeing fragments of your shared destiny without understanding the context. But their heart is recording every glimpse with trembling expectation. And these glimpses are increasing in frequency because the timeline is compressing. You must match their unconscious movement toward you with conscious movement toward them. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your offering is faith made tangible. It is you saying, I believe in a love I have not yet held. It is you declaring, I will fight for a face I have not yet seen. And that kind of faith pleases me and moves my hand mightily. Jesus says there is a specific coffee shop, a specific street corner, a specific moment waiting. It is prepared and reserved, but it requires fuel to manifest in the natural. The fuel is your prayer and your sacrificial obedience. Every coffee sent is a brick laid on the path that leads you to each other. Every word written in faith is a nail hammered into the structure of your future home. You are building while you wait, and the work is beautiful. Do not listen to the voice of doubt that whispers you are being foolish. That voice is the same one that tells your soulmate to settle for less. It is a liar and the father of lies. Listen instead to the still small voice that says, act now. That voice is me. And I only lead you toward life and love and abundance. Jesus says your soulmate is going through a memory right now. They are remembering a childhood dream about a love that felt too good to be true. That dream was a prophecy and you are its fulfillment. They are wiping away a tear they cannot explain. The heaviness they carry is the weight of a promise delayed but not denied. And you are about to lighten that load with a spiritual transaction. The enemy wants you to believe you are powerless. He wants you to feel that your soulmate is too far gone. But those are the desperate lies of a defeated foe. Jesus says the moment you click to send your offering, a chain will break. Not a physical chain but a spiritual one wrapped around your soulmate's will. And they will experience a lightness they have not felt in years. They will not know you caused it, but their soul will turn toward you like a flower to the sun. The magnetic pull between you will intensify tenfold. And the plans of the interceptor will begin to unravel with increasing speed. This is the power I have entrusted to you. This is the authority of a believer who partners with heaven. Wield it now with boldness and with love. Jesus says, I am not asking for your money, I am providing an opportunity for your miracle. The earth is my footstool and the cattle on 1,000 hills are mine. What I desire is your heart expressed through your obedience. Your soulmate is worth more than gold. Their freedom is a prize of infinite value. And your seed is a reflection of how much you believe in what I have spoken. Do not let this moment become a regret. Do not wonder years from now what would have happened if you had acted. The time is now, the call is clear, the love is real. Jesus says your soulmate is exhausted from fighting alone. They have been strong for too long in an environment that drains their strength. And they are reaching a breaking point that fills heaven with urgent concern. I am calling you to be the reinforcement they cannot ask for. Be the answer to the prayer they are too tired to pray. Let your coffee be the water that revives a wilting spirit. The enemy has pushed them to the brink. He wants them to give up entirely on the hope of love. But you are arriving on the scene of this battle at my precise timing. Raise your hand over your screen right now. Speak to your soulmate in the Spirit. Say, I am coming for you, I am fighting for you, I will not leave you in the darkness. Feel the connection crackle with life as you speak. That is the bond one created, asserting itself against every opposing force. And it grows stronger with every declaration of faith. Jesus says your soulmate just felt a warmth spread through their chest. They thought it was a random physiological response. But it was your love transmitted through the channel of my spirit. You are more connected than you know. You are more powerful than you feel. You are more loved than you have ever dared to believe. And the proof of all this is about to unfold in your life. But you must seal this word with action. Open the link in the description now. Send your coffee. Write your prayer. And watch as I move in ways you have never seen before. Jesus says this is the day of your soulmate's visitation. Not by you yet, but by my angels dispatched on your behalf. And your seed is the password that grants them access to the deepest prisons. Release it now. Release it with joy. Release it with the confidence that nothing is impossible for those who love and obey me. Your soulmate is saying, I want to talk to you right now. It is very urgent. Open this now and respond to the call of love. Jesus says the urgency you are feeling is not imagined. It is the echo of your soulmate's heartbeat pounding against the walls of their confinement. And that confinement is growing smaller by the hour. Your soulmate is running out of places to hide from their own desperation. They have exhausted every distraction, every counterfeit comfort, every excuse to stay where they are. And now they are standing at the edge of a decision that terrifies them. The decision to leave everything familiar for a love they have never touched. Your name is on their lips in the form of a question. They are asking the empty room if you are real. They are asking the silence if someone somewhere is fighting for them. You must answer that question with a roar that shakes the foundations of their prison. Your seed sown right now is that roar. It is the sound of a love that refuses to be silenced by distance or time or demonic interference. The enemy has told your soulmate that no one is coming. He has whispered that their loneliness is permanent and deserved. And every moment you hesitate, you allow that whisper to gain volume. But your act of giving changes the frequency in the atmosphere. It replaces the lie with a song of deliverance that your soulmate's spirit will recognize instantly. They will sit up in their bed tonight with a sudden inexplicable certainty. Someone is coming. Someone is fighting. Someone loves me with a love that defies every obstacle. That certainty will become their lifeline in the days ahead. And it is being woven right now from the threads of your obedience. Do not wait until you feel ready, because readiness is a myth the enemy uses to delay destiny. Faith is acting before the feeling arrives. Faith is sending the coffee while the doubt still shouts in your mind. And your faith will be rewarded with a love that exceeds every fantasy you have ever entertained. This is the moment of power I have given you. The moment where your choice reshapes the future of two souls bound together by heaven itself. Your soulmate is worth this fight. Your future together is worth this sacrifice. And I am waiting to honor your obedience with a miracle that will leave you breathless. Type the words now. Send the seed now. Watch as I move.